Pumpkins, welcome back to dinner. I just want to say thank you for last week. You guys interacted so much with my porn video that hold up. Y'all interacted so much with the video I did about porn last week on the last episode of dinner. I know I did a fun video in between, but I want to say that last episode meant so much to me. I was so wildly vulnerable and you guys were like, I feel the same. You were like, I felt like I was in a ballroom, raised my hand and I was like, porn is ruining my sex life, and you guys were like, shit, that was honest. And I relate, so I just want to say thank you because I felt very heard. I also did that to relay this huge honesty that I do think is happening in our community, not even the gay community, literally anywhere. Anybody who watches porn, I just want to give a lot of thanks to that video and what happened. And I want to say this video, I'm very scared because the title, as you can see, is Am I myself as a gay man perpetuating homophobia? And the truth is, I am sure there are many actions that I have done throughout my time living as an openly gay man, a closeted gay man, where I absolutely perpetuated the shame within our community and the way that you can call it homophobia. My girlfriend recently brought such an interesting scenario to myself and another friend of mine, and it was this small snippet of a Joe Rogan podcast where a straight identifying man was talking about this one moment he had in road rage, nearly like drove this one cyclist off the road. The cyclist came back up, knocked on his window, and called him the F word, F-A-G. You know, I'm not gonna say it here on YouTube because I'm a little nervous about what will happen, but there we go. He said something along the lines of using the word. And they laughed about it. They were on the podcast. They were like, I just thought that was so funny. It was kind of outlandish in the moment, but they were obviously spelled out to be two straight men that used the F word. My friend, who is an ally, who is not gay themselves, they asked me, they were like, how do you feel about that? And I said, you know, I don't really care. And then with saying that right there, I said, oh my God, is me not caring adding to straight people having a normalcy to being able to say that word? And then I was like, whoo. So I did a full body spin and I said, holy shit, is there a part of me that's perpetuating homophobia? Allowing gays to continue to say that word. I was like, is that in itself homophobic? And I don't think that can be answered for everything all at once, because I do think it is absolutely scenario by scenario. I don't think me making that call or having my opinion in the privacy of my own home was anything negative, but if it ever made its point to a public platform like I am right now, trying to speak with honesty about it, I want to own the fact is my opinion in that perpetuating this level of homophobia and trickling it into things I needed to call myself out for, which is the things that I've said shaming other parts of the gay community here as we speak. Some examples of that are things I had to go back and count for, which is these have been words out of my mouth that I want to relinquish and give up out of my life because I'm like, wow, that insinuated shame within your own community, you dumb, dirty bitch. I was calling myself that. I was like, you are a piece of shit. But a couple things I've said before. You know, I go out, not too much. I'm not a circuit gay. I'm not a circuit gay. And I sat there and I was like, you little piece of shit. I can't believe you said that. There you are, literally shaming an entire community of gay people who, whether or not have pros and cons to that community, you did it, you shamed them. Or I've been out and about and they've been like, yeah, like he's kind of more into like the twink body style, and I was like, could never be me. What the fuck am I doing? I literally just shamed not only part of the gay community, but a body style for men, a type of body for men. Jake, what the hell are you doing? And then a more recent conversation that I really want to give up and I really want to fucking stay away from, but also have a self-awareness about is, yeah, I bottom sometimes, but I'm not no big old bottom. Why the fuck would I say that? Why the fuck does it matter? Why the fuck does any of this matter? Why am I saying this? Why am I literally inciting shame within my own community? If we haven't been through enough bullshit as it is, what the hell am I doing? I am not here to like just sit and shame myself on camera, but sometimes I think shame for yourself can really motivate you to do something else, and that's kind of what I want to use out of this video. This is a testimony, but this is also me journaling just like right here on camera and saying, Jake, you really need to wake the fuck up. How can you sit here and maybe even just be somebody who is comedic online, represents the gay community in funny scopes or in serious scopes with this dinner series, and then sit here and say shit like that? Or you did say shit like that. But this is a time to grow from it. I'm a little mad at myself. Little, that's a hard word. I'm pretty mad at myself. With also trying to give myself the grace of saying, admitting, being accountable, and saying these are things you need to look at. You need to focus on. I'm gay. And when I look at myself in a mirror, I want all the freedoms of being gay. I want to be whatever sexual position I want to be in whatever moment. But then I sit there and I judge others for it? What the hell is that? I want to be any type of femme that I want to be in any moment, but then in the past I've judged others for that? What the hell is that? All this to say, I want to work on cutting this out. My biases are obvious. They're obvious from the things I've said, whether it be in private or decently in public with friends, at a bar, whatever it is. I need to fucking work on those. Because those were pretty fucking ugly. And I'm not proud of them. And the admission of saying we do all have biases and all we can promise is that we will work towards it is all I can give you right now. I honestly would love for some of you to keep me accountable. If there's anything I do online that's just like not right, that feels like it's shaming part of our community, please hit me in the fucking face. And that's why I was motivated today to post on my Instagram story. Are you all, I said gays, are you okay / comfortable, or do you use the word in public with friends, whatever it be? Because the truth is, I use it all the time. I do really only use it with my close friends. I call myself it. I have called myself it and friends of mine on it, on podcasts, in public. I say the word. I like to own it. And the response I got on Instagram just asking that was stark. It was like split 50-50, and it was no for reasons that were so clear and so understanding and really point to the hate that is still filled in that term. And then there were so many yeses that were all backed by like, it's our freedom, we need to re-own this term, we need to perpetuate a different standing in this term and say, if somebody wants to call us that, let's own it. Let's be like, yeah, I'm a chong. I'm like bleeping these out and it's not working too well. But having an understanding and getting outside of my echo chamber just by asking that to you guys was huge. I thought everybody, especially the gay men that follow me, I thought all of you guys were going to be like, fucking say it, say bag it up, you know? Shit. I thought all of you guys were going to say it, but the truth is it was divided nearly 50-50. If you guys ever want me to show the responses, I'll be happy to. I need to work on blurring people out, but the point is that even right there was a learning lesson for me. Seeing that, I was like, maybe I need to be introspective and say, I will only share and use this word in close circles when people know the truth of my intention, know the humor of my intention with it. But be careful about outwardly because people may be still triggered by that word. Maybe people really cannot, for whatever reasons it is, look past that word being anything other than negative, and that is not my responsibility, that is on them, but let me not provoke that in them, right? Humor in the comedic field that I play with without calling myself a comedian, there's a lot of weird allowances that I get to use normally offensive terminology, and I want to challenge myself to be a better comedic voice without just faulting to many of the gay comedic stances, which is like making fun of our sex lives, making fun of our submissives or overly dominant sides, or just pointing to sex in general, including the F word. I want to challenge myself to be a better comedic voice, and I think that means stepping outside of had sex like this, they were having sex like that, F word this, F word that, whatever it is. Let me not sit here and use shame upon my own community to be funny. Let me try harder. Unless it's really poignant, maybe I'll fuck it up. I just want to say and open this conversation to all of you. Perpetuating homophobia is something we can do by accident. But please help me, and let's make this a more aware cause. Because I know there's probably things I'm doing. Literally by posting that story, oh my god, I'm thinking about this right now. Literally by posting that story, I literally posted a limp wrist. Literally perpetuating the idea that all gay men have limp wrists, which is not true at all, but that was obviously comedic, so maybe nobody will be offended by it. But I want to be very careful, just trying to be kind to our community, to the world. I want to be very careful because I care. And the last thing I ever want to do is offend. And the last thing I ever want to do is to continue negative stereotypes about our community, because there are already way too many. And us just trying to live our fucking lives is trying to break through those stereotypes every day. And let me not make that more difficult for our community just by trying to be funny. I don't know. Long story short, this was a very scary dinner episode for me. I think I wasn't expecting to be so shameful towards myself, but I think that's what I needed to do in this episode, and maybe I can look outward to you guys to enlighten me, hopefully constructively. If you need to sucker punch me a little bit, I'm open to that. If you want to wake my ass up, I'm open to that as well. But long story short, I want to say thank you for joining me for these conversations. The truth in these can be really fucking scary, and to feel supported with being so vulnerable is something I'm really thankful for. Thank you guys. I'll see you on the next episode. Mwah.
What we do here is go back.